Hi everybody, I'm Matt Prindeville, CEO and Chief Solutioneer at Upstream. Welcome to the second annual Reuse Awards, the Reusies. We're here to celebrate the pioneers, the trailblazers, the innovators, and the game-changing heroes who are developing a better way than throw away and co-creating a world where we can get the things that we want and need without all the waste. We have an amazing group of finalists here tonight, thanks to the passion and enthusiasm that we're seeing from the reuse movement. Thousands of you nominated and voted for finalists in unprecedented numbers, and each award category was incredibly competitive, which made winner selections really challenging. At Upstream, for almost 20 years, we've been serving and supporting business leaders, community activists, policymakers, government officials, and our friends at the NGOs to help them build a new reuse economy. The Reusies is not only a celebration, but a peek into what's possible. Since 1970, the throwaway economy has significantly contributed to climate change. Food systems generate 34% of greenhouse gases caused by human activities. Transport packaging, retail processing, consumption, and end-of-life disposal make up 29% of the emissions created by food systems, while food packaging alone accounts for 5.5% of all food system emissions. The data is clear. Reuse must play a key role in addressing climate change. But the good news is, it already is. In the past 3 years alone, 77 reuse laws covering 86 million people have been passed in the United States. And every day, more community activists are joining local coalitions to help pass similar policies in their cities, while more reuse businesses are launching and more corporations want in on the game. This year, more than ever, we've seen a tidal shift of attention, commitments, and innovation around reuse and the circular economy. An economy that minimizes natural resource extraction, prevents waste and pollution, and creates good local jobs. Tonight, we will introduce you to those heroes, the daily actors and ambassadors of the reuse movement, who are activating their communities, advocating across local governments, taking risks, starting new companies, and creating new models for the way we consume. Before we start the show, I'd like to pass the mic to my friend and presenting partner, Bridget Croak, Managing Director at Closed Loop Partners.
Thanks, Matt. On behalf of Closed Loop Partners, I'm so excited to be celebrating the Reusies 2022 with you all tonight. As investors in the circular economy since 2014, we've been thrilled to witness the rapid growth of innovative reuse solutions that enable us to extend life of materials in our economy. Reuse models play an important role in reducing single-use plastic packaging waste, alongside other waste mitigation strategies. The current industry landscape for reuse is growing rapidly. Think back to the milkman model, and then add a few more bells and whistles, and you'll land on today's optimized refill and reuse models. From personal care products to beverages, refilling reusable containers and packaging is becoming more and more popular. A few factors are driving this. We're seeing firsthand the urgency of climate crisis and growing pressures from consumers for more sustainable offerings across the gamut. As Matt mentioned, we're also seeing growing regulatory pressures in the US, including single-use plastics bans in California, New York, and Hawaii. These factors have helped spur technological developments too, specifically in tracking and tracing the life cycle of reusable packaging, which helps bring value both to customers and to service providers. Last year, we launched the inaugural Reusies Awards ceremony to celebrate those who are making reuse a reality.
Thank you for creating the Reusies, and we are excited to be a part of the reuse revolution.
We received hundreds of submissions from leading startups, environmental activists, and community leaders in the United States. We've now expanded the awards ceremony to cover even more sectors, companies, and geographies in direct response to the fast-growing and evolving landscape of innovators. Just in the last year, we've seen a proliferation of innovation and diversification of the kinds of reuse models that exist, including the fashion sector, food and beverage, enabling technologies, and consumer packaged goods. This is what we're going to dig into and see firsthand today. Looking ahead, as the industry advances, it continues to be mission critical that we ensure that reuse solutions achieve their intended impact of measurable environmental benefit. At Closed Loop Partners, we're excited to continue our role in supporting data-driven decisions around reuse and to research, test, innovate, and measure progress. Let's now kick off the show and look at the future of reuse together.
Thanks, Bridget. I'm sure this is making our audience very excited about what's going to come in a few minutes. I'm now thrilled to kick off our show and introduce our superstar host for the evening, Kristy Drutman. Kristy is an environmental justice advocate and founder and creator of Browngirl Green.
What's up, everyone? This is Kristy Drutman with Browngirl Green, and today I want to talk to you about
a media platform and podcast committed to promoting diversity and inclusion in the environmental field, as well as creative solutions to the climate crisis. She started her Instagram page in 2017 because she didn't see a great representation of people of color in environmental spaces, especially in her field of science communication. Now, with more than 70,000 followers, she circulates information about jobs in the environmental space on her Green Jobs board. She promotes intersectional environmentalism, and she breaks down climate issues in a fun and engaging way. Kristy's become one of the top voices in the environmental movement and is continually, in her own words, empowering people to feel like they can also be included in the conversation. I can't tell you how honored I am to kick off another Reusies this year and to welcome Kristy Drutman.
Hello, everyone. I am so privileged to be your host tonight for the 2022 Reusies Awards. As you're watching and learning about what's happening and what's possible, we can't help but acknowledge why we're all here tonight and why we need a better way. The conditions that created today's political and social instabilities are deeply rooted in our one-way, throwaway economic systems. Systems that are unfortunately not serving enough people and disproportionately impact communities of color and low-income communities. On a planet of 7 billion people and growing, designing products that are only used for a few minutes before turning into waste simply is not sustainable. The truth is, we are never going to be able to recycle or compost our way to a sustainable future, because disposable products are not only negatively impacting human health, but have environmental impacts as well throughout their entire life cycle. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the window for limiting global warming to relatively safe levels is rapidly closing. Immediate and unprecedented action from every country will be necessary in order to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. As Matt and Bridget touched upon, the circular economy and reuse models offer a different system that is better for the planet and all people living on it. This system is emerging as a necessity as natural resources continue to be exploited at an unsustainable rate. When we talk about the new reuse economy, we envision a world that is more human, more resilient, one that creates good local jobs and investment opportunities. Throughout the presentation of our 7 award categories tonight, we will keep showing you this world created by this new reuse economy and all the potential it has to be the world we share together. We will present to you the individual changemakers and heroes who are championing reduce, reuse, and refill solutions in their communities and award our Activists of the Year. We will welcome the community groups, organizations, and coalitions who are moving reuse strategies, initiatives, and our policies forward in their communities and celebrate our Reuse Community of the Year. We will also introduce you to entrepreneurs through the Most Innovative Reuse Company Awards, who are taking risks, boldly shifting old models and creating new ones across 4 sectors: food and beverage, consumer packaged goods, fashion and apparel, and enabling technologies. We will finally close our night by recognizing the actions taken by big businesses who are tuning into the changes the world calls them to, and award our Corporate Initiative of the Year. As far as we're concerned, all of the individuals, organizations, and businesses advancing reuse are our heroes. And after the show, we hope they'll be yours too. To introduce our first category, Activist of the Year, we welcome Crystal Dreisbach, our 2021 Reusies Activist of the Year.
Imagine a world where streets are no longer strewn with litter, and local schools have reusable foodware in their cafeterias. Community reuse is the norm, and all your friends and neighbors are working to zero out their waste. And what if that could be made possible by individuals donating their time, taking on personal projects despite all the demands of family, jobs, and everything else? Sometimes taking on some pretty big risks in order to help create a better future for everyone in their neighborhood and beyond. We have some of those people here tonight. People who aren't corporations or paid employees, people who are just like you and me. Every day they're working with big ideas behind a new reuse economy and putting those into action, or bringing forth new ones and making big change with them. Tonight, we celebrate the pioneers who helped create the models that schools and communities are adopting today, and that entire cities and even corporations will adopt in the future. The finalists for Activist of the Year are Yayoi Koizumi, Jacqueline Omania, Alejandra Warren. Yayoi leads the all-volunteer group Zero Waste Ithaca, which has great potential for impact in the state of New York. Her initiative for local businesses, Ithaca Reduces BYO, is an important first step in the transition to reuse, especially in New York, where legislative support is limited. In the face of many obstacles, Yayoi and her team persisted and got approval from the local county health department and sign-on to Ithaca Reduces from 50 businesses plus a local farmers market. Yayoi has also invited representatives from the homeless community to participate in developing solutions and has been working to increase the impact of their program through collaboration, webinars, and engaging influencers. Third grade teacher in California's Berkeley Unified School District, Jacqueline's been educating her students about reuse for many years and helped pass the groundbreaking Disposable Free Dining Ordinance in Berkeley. She teaches her students how to be local activists, how to speak at a press conference, and to testify at a hearing. Some of her other accomplishments include the passage of the K-12 Climate Literacy Resolution in 2021. She's currently working on getting single-use plastics out of school meals and reusables in all school kitchens. For the last 6 years, her students have also succeeded in being a zero-waste classroom. Alejandra has advocated for reuse through her work as a consultant for both large and small businesses and works tirelessly to champion underserved communities. After noticing that many of these communities were being systematically excluded from important conversations about reuse, Alejandra co-founded Plastic Free Future, a nonprofit dedicated to promoting reusable alternatives, education, and ways to get involved in the reuse movement. Her work has contributed to the policy victories of Reusable San Mateo County in California and the incentive program she developed for Latinx community members provides a creative and engaging way to get shoppers at local farmers markets involved. The suspense is palpable, and the winner of Activist of the Year is Alejandra Warren.
I am so honored to receive this award. Thank you so much, Upstream, and thank you everyone who voted for me. I want to dedicate this award to all BIPOC community leaders and organizers. No one knows your community as much as you do. No one can create systemic changes that benefit your community as much as you can. Your knowledge has power, and that power doesn't need to be validated by the same systems that created the problems we're trying to solve. So embrace your power. Let's continue to uplift each other. And hopefully next year, I'll be voting for you. Thank you so much.
Wow, what an inspiration. We definitely need more people like this to push for local change and raise consciousness about these issues in their communities. Aside from individual leaders, community groups also play a critical role in forging the path for new policies and innovations. They provide the proven success stories that we can share, build on, and replicate at many other levels. To present the award for Reuse Community of the Year, we welcome Melissa Aguayo, U.S. Regional Coordinator at Break Free from Plastic and co-founder of Reusable LA, which was also the winner of the 2021 Most Impactful Community Award.
Imagine a world where passionate members of the community come together to work to enact local policies to activate businesses to switch to reuse, where reusable systems are accessible to all, regardless of where your neighborhood is located or the color of your skin, where thousands of people are eventually employed throughout the area in delivery, pickup, cleaning, stocking, and logistics, where litter and solid waste costs are down and community pride and local resilience is up. And because of these changes and success stories, state and even national governments take notice and are inspired to start implementing similar policies and practices. Organized groups and local leaders in every community are working together to activate changes just like these. They are creating equitable initiatives that transform their neighborhoods, provide economic opportunity, protect health, and inspire other groups to do the same. Reuse-focused community groups help fill the gap that the private sector or individuals can't or won't. They help ideate and figure out what works best for people and businesses in their cities and neighborhoods. They enable others to come forward and try new ways of doing things. They, and especially this year's finalists, are the proof of concept, working to build out localized reuse models that have great scaling potential. The finalists of Reuse Community of the Year are Human IT, Rethink Disposable, the Ecology Center. Human IT was nominated for their reuse efforts that are serving a different mission of reducing e-waste and providing equitable access to technology by providing devices, internet access, digital skills training, and tech support for communities left on the wrong side of the digital divide. By restoring and resharing used electronics, Human IT helps businesses and organizations do good for the planet by diverting waste from landfills. Currently located in LA and Detroit, they've facilitated the reuse of 250,000 electronic products, diverted 11 million pounds of e-waste from landfills, and avoided nearly 8 tons of CO2 emissions. Human IT is soon expanding to the East Coast and plans to bring reuse solutions to the country's largest and densest economic corridors. Rethink Disposable has proven again and again that reuse saves businesses money 100% of the time for on-site dining. A program of Clean Water Action and Clean Water Fund, they prevent waste before it starts by working with frontline food operators, local governments, businesses, institutions, and consumers to minimize single-use disposable packaging and prioritize reusables in food service. To date, Rethink Disposable has helped 259 businesses eliminate 22.3 million pieces of disposable packaging from the waste stream and helped businesses collectively save over $750,000. Without Rethink Disposable, policy advocates would have a hard time making the case to legislators that reuse is good for local businesses and good for the economy. The Ecology Center created the first model reusable foodware policy that helped launch a movement and is shaping a wide range of other policies, including those in LA and Vancouver. They were also the first to bring a reuse solution to a community by introducing the Vessel brand reusable cup system to Berkeley. Locally, they have changed the culture such that plastic bags are scorned and are generally not used for carryout, and styrofoam cups are considered unacceptable. The center supports 3 refill stores and keeps hundreds of reuse and repair businesses afloat. Despite suffering setbacks from the pandemic, their recent foodware reduction ordinance is currently being rolled out, affecting over 600 local businesses. This ordinance is also driving innovation in the reuse space, from startups to major fast food companies like Starbucks and McDonald's. The winner of Reuse Community of the Year is Human IT.
Wow, I feel so surprised and thrilled and just really grateful. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Human IT team, we want to thank you for the 2022 Reuse Community of the Year Award. At Human IT, we transform electronic waste or e-waste into opportunities for people to unlock their fullest potential. So we believe access to technology is a right, not a privilege. So we want to make it as easy as possible for everyone to do good. Our community includes thousands of businesses and corporations who donate millions of pounds of technology each year. And at Human IT, we have 130 people in Michigan and California who sort, wipe, and refurbish electronics for reuse. And tens of thousands of families, seniors, and low-income individuals who have joined us to divert e-waste from landfills, to shrink the digital divide, and to achieve digital equity for all. So thank you again so much. We couldn't be more thrilled, and we really appreciate it.
What an amazing group of organizations. Hopefully you're feeling inspired to connect with them and see how you can help model similar changes in your own community. I know I am. Community is also the core of our daily life. It is the cement of our social stability and reminds us every day that we are not just one, but really part of a whole. Community work gets us far in the changes and evolution we seek, but companies, many of them startups, are also innovating a better way than throwaway and adding to the momentum we need to vault us into a new reuse economy. These companies have a driving passion to solve the problems related to disposability and its many environmental impacts. And believe me, they are taking risks to try a new way when most of our systems are still operating on the one-way throwaway model. They are admirably and successfully trying to replace disposable commodity products that are built around single-use supply chains that have been optimized for efficiency and cost over the last 60 years. To profit as a reuse service company against all of these odds and to change cultural and societal norms in the process is a massive lift. It's also a huge opportunity. Tonight, we are celebrating those who seize the opportunity and display the will to challenge the status quo in order to change the way that we consume. We will award the innovators in 4 different categories: consumer packaged goods, enabling technologies, fashion and apparel, and food and beverage. To introduce our first category, consumer packaged goods, I would like to welcome Lindsay McCoy, CEO of Plain Products, and last year's winner of the Reusies Fan Favorite Award.
I want you to imagine a world where there is no single-use plastic, where you can get your laundry detergent, dish soap, and bath and body products in reusable, refillable containers. And those products come in reusable, easily returnable bags and boxes. In this world, pickup sites at your house and in your neighborhood make reuse even easier than single use. Our 3 finalists are making this world possible. I'm so proud to introduce them to you today. Algramo, Go-A-Tote, Returnity. Algramo has enabled global brands like Unilever, Nestle, Walmart, and Colgate to create smart, reusable systems which focus on selling just the product and eliminating the need for single-use packaging. Through Algramo's systems, customers can order their products and pay for them via an app before refilling their pre-purchased containers at an in-store vending machine or from an electric tricycle that comes to their front door. Algramo began in Santiago, Chile, and is continuously striving to address the social side of reuse, prioritizing affordability and accessibility. Their solution enables individuals to buy exact amounts of products at bulk prices and offers refills without the need for complex and expensive reverse logistics systems. Go-A-Tote was started by 2 well-intentioned shoppers who were tired of forgetting their reusable bags. So they launched a reusable bag system that allows you to check out shopping bags and return them when you're finished to convenient standalone kiosks. Shoppers can also keep track of the lifespan of their bags and their environmental impact through a mobile app. Go-A-Tote systems took off in select Walmart, Target, and CVS health stores during the Beyond the Bag pilots in the summer of 2021. And now, they are offering their solutions and expanding in select stores in New Jersey since the state's plastic bag ban has come into effect. Returnity designs, manufactures, and implements reusable packaging and circular logistics systems, replacing single-use packaging and shipping. With an impressive client portfolio, which includes Walmart, Estee Lauder, New Balance, Rent the Runway, and others, Returnity has demonstrated proof of concept in the fast-evolving space of e-commerce and delivery. Their systems have been key in enabling reusable packaging to become scalable and economically viable, and they have helped shape the reusable packaging space. And the winner for Reuse Company of the Year in Consumer Packaged Goods is Algramo!
Wow, super excited, super honored. Thank you so much. Super honored to receive this award. It's really critical, this award, because it helps get recognition to what the reuse movement has potential to do. We're talking about replacing 20% of the single-use packaging in your average superstore with reusable packaging systems. Everyone at El Gramo is very dedicated to bringing that opportunity to reality. And this award is very powerful in helping us move towards that objective. Thank you so much. It's a great honor to receive this award. And thank you so much to the Reusies team for this brilliant award.
Reuse, refill, reuse, refill. We should all adopt this mantra in all of our practices. Let's now welcome Gar Punnett, Chief Strategy Officer at Reaply, last year's winner of the Reusies Most Innovative Reuse Company. Gar will introduce this year's finalists in enabling technology.
Imagine a world where reuse is at your fingertips. With a combination of new product design, new systems thinking, and new software products, the consumer gets to now see that reuse beats single use every single time. With a quickly growing market, emerging technologies are providing solutions for consumers to shape our new circular future. Here are the finalists for Most Innovative Reuse Company in Emerging Technologies. Fill It Forward, Topanga.io, and The Rounds.
Fill It Forward believes choosing to reuse is a simple act of generosity that shows love for our planet and the people on it. They create custom reusables that connect to an app, allowing users to track their environmental impact and trigger charitable donations with each scan. Fill It Forward's unique tag model enables customers to even tag their own reusables to encourage reusing of what you already have. So far, Fill It Forward has diverted over 6 million single-use items from landfills and oceans, in addition to funding 356 plus giving projects globally. Topanga.io's mission is to support the transition to a circular consumption model by providing the tools needed for brands and universities to switch from single-use to reusable packaging. Starting with bespoke service design, they provide clients with a one-stop shop network of packaging manufacturers, dishwashers and logistics companies, and software for tracking impact. Topanga.io's first-of-its-kind platform allows for traceability, verification, and accountability that ensures environmental and economic ROI for their clients and creates circular systems that are truly scalable. The Rounds is centered on the belief that convenience can be sustainable and sustainability can be convenient. They are revolutionizing the 15-minute delivery concept with a psychic home manager that manages the inventory of everyday essentials in your home, learns what customers need, refills personalized amounts based on your household's usage, and delivers those products in reusable containers with zero packaging waste. As a delivery service, The Rounds addresses a key sector for reuse. They are building up solid data and traction from mid-sized cities and are focused on transforming the way we purchase everyday goods and essentials in bulk.
And the winner for the Most Innovative Reuse Company in Emerging Technologies is The Rounds.
Wow, it's awesome. We are honored to be recognized with the award for enabling technologies. We'd like to thank the Reusies, of course, for your consideration. I would personally really like to thank our team for continuing to make the work we do so meaningful. And of course, I want to thank our members. Without our members, we would not be anything. Our vision at The Rounds is to build a zero waste future for commerce. We're all about innovating the way that people get the most basic items into our homes in reusable packaging. Things like toilet paper, cereal, shampoo, as well as our members' local neighborhood favorite products. It's really awesome that we get to support the local economy while we build the circular closed loop economy in every city that we serve. So we are committed to continuing to make everyday sustainable choices effortless. Thank you very, very much. We are pumped. Thank you.
As you can see, technology and data are literally powering the reuse economy forward. When these ideas become the norm, they will completely transform the way that we consume. This is so exciting. Let's now welcome Ursula de Castro, an upcyclist, fashion designer, and author. She is the co-founder and creative director of Fashion Revolution, an activism movement which works towards a sustainable fashion industry, a sector that I'm super passionate about. Orsola has been in the sustainable fashion space for more than 20 years, since founding upcycling brand From Somewhere in 1997. We are thrilled to have her introduce this year's finalists for Most Innovative Reuse Company in Fashion and Apparel.
Imagine a world where disposable fashion is over, where everything is upcycled and materials stay in use as long as possible. A society where it's cool to buy secondhand, to repair and rewear. Tonight, we are shining a light on those companies who are modeling this world and will present you the future of fashion. Our three finalists are FabScrap, Poshmark, and Thrilling. With a community-driven approach, FabScrap engaged local volunteers and is tackling the Fashion Waste Challenge in New York City. A one-stop textile reuse and recycling resource, they are working to end commercial textile quote-unquote waste and maximize the value of unused fabric. Their system collects excess or unused fabric from fashion companies and makes it available at thrift prices via warehouse shops and an online store. Thus far, FabScrap has worked with 700 companies to reuse and recycle their textile waste and saved over 1 million pounds of fabric, leather, yarn and trimmings by reusing 60% and recycling 40% into insulation, carpet padding or soundproofing. Poshmark is a leading social marketplace for new and second-hand styles for women, men, kids, pets, home and more. By combining the human connection of physical shopping with the scale, ease and selection benefits of e-commerce, Poshmark makes buying and selling simple, social and sustainable. Beyond cultivating a community of second-hand sellers and keeping items in circulation and out of landfills, the platform creates significant economic opportunity for both casual sellers and career resellers. Poshmark is more than just a platform to buy and sell second-hand items. It's a vehicle for connection and greater behavior change towards a more sustainable and circular fashion system. This BIPOC-owned company's mission has been to rewrite the thrifting and second-hand shopping narrative, putting marginalized voices at the forefront. Not only have they helped digitalize local independent thrift stores across the US, but they're providing additional sources of revenue for vintage store owners, while also providing a second lease of life on clothing. Thrilling has become the premier online marketplace for vintage and luxury second-hand items for the best boutiques across the United States. They currently host over 1,600 stores in more than 300 cities and make it fun and easy to find unique, high-quality vintage clothing online. I have to say that in particular this category was so close, which just goes to say what amazing work these companies are doing in their own unique way. And the winner for Most Innovative Reuse Company in Fashion and Apparel is Thrilling.
Thank you so much for this award. It's so meaningful. On behalf of everyone at Thrilling, from our store partners who work day in and day out to serve their local communities and salvage the best vintage and secondhand, to our employees who are extraordinarily talented and passionate about what they do. They're the true heartbeat of Thrilling. From all of us, thank you. You know, despite extremely troubling and record-breaking climate events this past year, I remain unbelievably optimistic. I'm optimistic because consumers are starting to ask the right questions of the companies that they buy from. I'm optimistic because investors are starting to think about who and what they fund that can advance meaningful change. And I'm optimistic because policymakers are also starting to ask the right questions and advance meaningful legislation. And so essentially, I'm optimistic because of folks like you who are doing the hard work. And so from all of us at Thrilling, thank you. Thank you for this recognition. And thank you for all the work that you're doing.
A circular fashion industry is definitely possible, and as you can see tonight, it's already in action. Soon enough, all of our products will be designed and developed with the next use or new life in mind. To round out the most innovative reuse company category, let's now welcome Dave Ford, founder of the Ocean Plastics Leadership Network. Dave has been working non-stop to get unnecessary packaging out of our food systems and everywhere else, and just last week launched the Reuse Refill Accelerator, a high-level dialogue series with big players in the food service, beverage, and consumer packaged goods sectors. We are very excited to let Dave introduce this year's finalists for Most Innovative Reuse Company in Food and Beverage.
Imagine a world where to-go coffee is served in reusable cups, loaned from a reuse service, so you don't have to bring your own. Where restaurants, grocery stores, and delis use services that provide them with reusable to-go containers for prepared food, for takeout, and delivery. A world where at the ballpark, everyone is drinking beer out of reusable cups, and where touch-free soda fountains dispense reusable cups after you swipe your credit card. All of this and more is happening in the food and beverage sector today, and the future might even be more surprising. Tonight, our three finalists for the most innovative reuse company in food and beverage are Dispatch Goods, Just Salad, and Our Cup. Dispatch Goods is a Bay Area-based, women-owned reusable takeout service provider that makes it easy for your food to be delivered in reusable packaging. Whether you're a restaurant, a caterer, or meal delivery service, Dispatch partners with enterprise food delivery services like Imperfect Foods, as well as with restaurants, collecting, washing, and resupplying foodware in containers for them and their customers. By increasing access and facilitating collection and cleaning, Dispatch has built the infrastructure and processes to allow for the reuse of items across food service, distribution, and packaging. They are, in their words, the modern-day milkmen, but women. Just Salad is a fast casual restaurant chain with a mission to make everyday health and sustainability accessible. They have the longest running reusable packaging program in the restaurant industry, offering reusable bowls for their salads since the company was founded in New York City in 2006. A pioneer of large-scale reusable packaging models in the food industry, they've demonstrated how reuse can be integrated into a growth business and are continuously innovating around this model with new programs like Bring Back, where customers can choose to receive their online pickup order in a reusable bowl. Our Cup is an award-winning turnkey reusable cup system born from over 30 years of sustainability and live events production experience. As the first national reuse company in North America, they were one of the first movers on reusable cups in the country, securing big partnerships and investors from event companies and musicians including U2, the Rolling Stones, Dave Matthews Band, and Jack Johnson. They were recently selected for one of the biggest reuse projects in the country by the city of Seattle, and through their partnerships have diverted millions of single-use cups from landfills, eliminating tons of CO2 emissions, and are helping develop global reuse standards and processes. And the winner for the most innovative reuse company in food and beverage is Our Cup.
Oh my God, this is so exciting. Thank you so much to Upstream and Closed Loop Partners for creating the Reusies and the judges for selecting Our Cup and honoring our vision of building the platform for the reuse economy. We're really honored to receive this award and are inspired by the other nominees and thrilled to be among so many with a shared mission. Our Cup success would not be happening without everyone who has supported us over the years, starting with the amazing Our Cup and Effect Partners team members, past and present, who have worked tirelessly to make Our Cup the #1 reuse company in North America. I also want to thank the dozens of artists, sports venues, live event leaders, concessionaires, too many to mention, like U2, Jack Johnson, the Rose Bowl, Golden State Warriors, Live Nation, AEG, and ASM, and Levy, Sodexo, and others. And finally, a huge acknowledgement to the cities like Denver, Seattle, Milwaukee, San Francisco, Los Angeles, who are embracing reuse and we are partnering with to develop a powerful, scalable municipal model. Thank you so much. Let's raise a toast to the collective reuse movement.
Wow, what outstanding stories and people we've gotten to know so far tonight. These are all mission-driven companies, organizations, and individuals who are getting us away from the throwaway culture it's so easy to be a part of. They are bold, innovative, and passionate problem solvers. What an inspiration. But there are also corporations that are shifting for a better model and want to help shape a different reality. They have the resources, the market presence, and the influence that will be key to scaling the new reuse economy. They are stepping up to the plate and making real commitments. There may be a long road yet in getting big players in on a whole new ballgame, but we are heartened by the steps some companies are making in the right direction. We will now introduce 3 commitments to reuse that major corporations have taken on and award our Corporate Initiative of the Year. And to present our final award of the evening, I'm thrilled to welcome someone who needs no introduction, one who's actually referred to as the godfather of the circular economy, Mr. William McDonough.
Imagine a world where all the biggest enterprises have joined our team, impelling a massive shift in the infrastructure we use to circulate and recirculate all the things that we need, we want, and we love. When we wrote Cradle to Cradle 20 years ago, we envisioned a world that incorporated concepts like product as a service, design for disassembly, and design for reuse. Now, more than ever before, we're seeing significant growth in corporate interest in the reuse economy, including pilots, pledges, and actions. They're coming to the table to help develop reuse systems and solutions. This interest, along with the massive impact these actions can have on the single-use problem, drove the Reusies to create a new award, not just to acknowledge the corporate efforts, but to hold these efforts up as a signal of intention for other big companies and players to follow. So much of what is driving reuse forward out there in our world is the willingness of key stakeholders to participate and to initiate new solutions. For that reason, it is my honor to introduce the 3 corporate initiatives of this year: PepsiCo, SodaStream, the Coca-Cola Pledge, and the Kroger Loop Partnership. PepsiCo acquired SodaStream in 2018, which reflected the company's ambitions towards reusable solutions to minimize single-use plastic waste. They now champion the business as a future consumption model, first as an innovation platform that almost entirely avoids the need for beverage packaging, and secondly, as a system that offers consumers a multitude of personalized options for their beverages. SodaStream is already sold in more than 40 countries. As part of its PepsiCo Positive program, the company aims to continue to scale new business models that require little or no single-use packaging, including its global SodaStream business, which will avoid more than 200 billion plastic bottles by 2030. Coca-Cola is nominated for pledging to serve 25% of their beverages in reusable packaging by 2030. Coke's is the first corporate commitment of this scale that has an actual reuse refill target with specific date. The fact that Coca-Cola recognized that recycling and deposit return systems weren't enough is a dramatic shift in the traditional mindset. They are setting the bar for large corporates to set a specific date and quantifiable metrics on their reuse refill targets. If they reach their committed goal, Coke estimates the savings would be in the tens of billions of bottles per year. Kroger is the first U.S. grocery retailer to partner with the reusable refill company Loop at 25 participating Kroger Fred Meyer stores around the Pacific Northwest. Customers can purchase refillable products and return empty containers at Loop-branded displays and collection bins. Loop will then pick up the empty containers to be cleaned, refilled, and made available for purchase by a new customer. This initiative is a leading example of how to offer a wide variety of products in reusable and refillable containers at large grocery chains with multiple locations. Kroger and Loop's future goals for the program are to expand past the pilot stores and geography. How and when this will happen is going to depend on learnings they're seeing in the initial pilot stores. And the winner of the Corporate Initiative of the Year is the Kroger Loop Partnership.
Thank you so much. What an honor to be recognized for this award. Thank you on behalf of Kroger and Loop for this recognition. At Kroger, zero waste is really a core tenet of our ESG strategy. So we were really thrilled to be able to partner with Loop to bring their innovative, reusable packaging concept to our customers. Earlier this year, we launched the Loop assortment in 25 of our Fred Meyer stores in the greater Portland, Oregon area. And so it's been wonderful to really bring their concept to life and to bring that to, directly to our customers in our stores. So thank you again for the recognition. We appreciate it so much.
This was honestly such an incredible night. So much innovation, ingenuity, spirit, and courage. So much to be inspired by and so much to leave and reflect on. Before we close, we have a special treat for you. As we all know, music unites, inspires, and brings us all together. This year, the Reusies partnered with Gibson to celebrate those voices that are changing the course of history with a single song or an entire career. For many years, the Gibson Foundation has been committed to making the world a better place through music by creating, developing, and supporting programs and other nonprofit organizations in their efforts to advance youth-focused or healing music initiatives by growing the share of sound for everyone. We cannot be prouder to count them as a Reusies partner and strong supporters of the reuse movement. So, who is going to win this amazing guitar? All of your names have been entered to win a Gibson Hummingbird guitar valued at $3,999, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one creating inspiring music for change as well. The winner's name is now appearing on screen. Congratulations! Someone will be in touch with you via email to arrange delivery of the guitar. In the future that we face, we need more than ever people, organizations, and companies like those that you met tonight. We need everyone at the table, private sector, nonprofits, and government, to develop and implement solutions together to build a sustainable future. But we do not only need them, we also need you. You, the daily actors of our world. We need you to take the stories and inspiration you experienced tonight home with you. We need you to look around, start conversations, share your doubts, your questions, your motivation, and your excitement, and bring the reuse movement to another level within your community. It starts with people like you, with ideas like yours, with hopes like those that you feel. Together, we will keep building a better, strong, more equal world, a place where both people and planet are treated as indisposable. Next year, for our third awards ceremony, you will all again witness the tremendous work, evolution, and innovation of our activists, communities, and companies. Maybe you'll become one of them, reimagining consumption and reworking the systems that drive it. On behalf of myself, Upstream, Closed Loop partners, and all the nominees, finalists, and winners of this year, I would like to thank you for attending our 2022 Reusies Awards ceremony. Have a wonderful night and see you again next year.